I'm ready to.
Okay, we're live.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first meeting of the year 2025. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Lawrence Township Council being held on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, has been provided through the posting of annual meeting schedule of the said council in accordance with Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act. Said notice was forwarded to the Trentonian, the Times, and the Princeton Packet on December 19th, 2024. I'd like to just take a moment for a moment of silence in honor of the passing of our 39th president, President Jimmy Carter. Moment of silence. Thank you. And now for our inspiration.
May we carry out our work at this meeting in a just, honorable, and sincere manner, always bearing in mind our duties and continuing to keep Lawrence a wonderful community in which to live. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, sir, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Here.
Mr. Kanaki?
Here.
Ms. Perry?
Here.
Mr. Ryan cannot be with us this evening. Mayor Farmer?
Here. Okay, this time, do you have any special proclamations or recognition presentations? Not right? Okay. This will bring us to our first opportunity for public participation.
Good evening, Ken Kieran, Gainsborough Road. New Jersey statute 40A 69A-81 creates a town council manager position. As defined in this statute, since 1970, Lawrence residents has always trusted appointments of positions to the manager. In the past 7 years, the current manager has made staffing decisions just like the previous managers of the last 48. Now select council members want to usurp that power, taking decisions away by introducing ordinance 2481-24. This further proves that a new council body is becoming transparent, although it promises it's not becoming transparent, although it promotes transparency. It paves the way for council hiring political appointees of the deputy municipal clerk over promoting a current employee that will have full certification in a matter of months. The council is supposed to represent all of the township residents and not a subset. Based on the non-transparent decisions to not approve, the only township resident as a council liaison for the Recreation Committee, recommending opening and further creating a mayor task force for the community center and appointing a task force that only represents a small subset of the township residents and not now this ordinance proposing cements the council non-commitment to residents of Lawrence, but yet the special interests of their selves. Transparency reeks a special interest in self-promotion rather than a representation of the town. We've got to stop this and start representing the whole town, not subsets, and listening to your residents, not to your special interests. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. You do.
You want me to comment on that?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We've researched this. I've researched this. The appointment of the deputy municipal clerk is completely permissible by New Jersey statutes, by this council,
Under special,
under no special
you need
ordinance.
an ordinance.
This is not a debate. Let me finish what I'm saying. There clearly is a legal ability for this council to appoint a deputy municipal clerk. Majority of the 563 municipalities in the state of New Jersey have the Township Municipal Council appoint, if they have one, the deputy municipal clerk. Of the 60-some municipalities in the state of New Jersey that operate under our form of manager, council form of government, approximately 30 to 35 have the council appoint the deputy municipal clerk. The township of East Windsor, which is the exact same form of government we have, has the deputy municipal clerk appointed by council. It's perfectly legitimate. It's transparent because it happens right here in the open. I'm not saying that I'm in favor of it, against it, whatever. I'm just giving you my interpretation and expression of the New Jersey statutes. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, may I make a comment? And just for clarity, we will not be discussing employment information here, but the process is that someone is in the process for that position. We're not creating a new position. It's something that just has not been filled yet. So please allow the process to continue, and it is fully transparent. They heard me.
Seeing no additional public comment at this time, we move on to that. Okay. Are there any revisions to the agenda? Move that, we will request for an executive session. Is this
It's
already,
already on the agenda.
it is already on the agenda?
It is on the agenda,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. Okay. Adoption of minutes, we'll need to table at this time until we have sufficient quorum to approve those minutes. With the additional minutes, do we want to go through? Do I have a motion?
Well, Mayor, I'll make a motion to table 8A regular meeting of August 20th, 2024, just to stay in order.
Okay.
I second.
With the motion and second, Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Burton?
Yes. Okay. Brings us to the awarding and bids rejected.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to move 8B, closed meeting of June 18th, 2024.
I second.
Madam Clerk, with the motion and second, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion for 8C, closed meeting October 1, 2024.
I second.
Okay. Madam Clerk, if you call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion for 8D, closed meeting October 15, 2024.
Second, you have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion for 8E, closed meeting November 7th, 2024.
I second.
Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
And then finally, 8, I'll make a motion to introduce 8F, closed meeting December 3rd, 2024.
I second.
Madam Clerk, if you call the roll.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes. Okay, we have our first awarding of bid.
Mayor, I'll introduce 9A, number 54, authorizing awarding contract to Techno Pro Electrical LLC for traffic signal maintenance 2025.
Okay. Mr. Manager, do you have anything to add
No,
to
this is
that?
a ward, we are responsible for maintaining certain traffic signals. This is the annual contract, it's for $36,908.
So there's a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, if you call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Farmer.
Yes. Introduction of ordinance. You want to introduce it?
Introduction of ordinance. 10A, ordinance number 2481-24, an ordinance amending Chapter 10, Article 6 of the Lawrence Township Administrative Code, Section 10-38, entitled Municipal Clerk - Deputy Municipal Clerk Position.
Second.
We need a second. Mr. Long. Mr. Sartek, could you, provide some explanation for us with regards to, what is needed to go?
This is, I'm sorry, this is just introduction of the ordinance. There's no hearing tonight on this. This just allows it to be introduced and at the next regularly scheduled meeting of the council, which I believe is the 21st, there would be a hearing on it. So the motion tonight is simply to introduce. There's no legal authority to have a hearing tonight.
Okay. So it appears that we need to table this for this evening.
There's no second,
There
yes.
is no second. Okay, thank you. All right. And adoption of,
A motion to table.
so we need a motion to
You
table.
would need a motion to table.
Mhm.
That would be to a date certain of the 21st of January.
Okay.
You want to make the motion?
I'm not doing it.
21st.
Someone needs to make a motion to table.
Motion to table.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll make a motion to table 10A, ordinance number 2481-24, to a date certain of our next meeting, January 21st, 2024, or 25.
25.
I knew it was gonna get me.
Thank you, Councilman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, if you call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Ms. Perry,
No.
Mayor Farmer.
Yes. Okay, so now for adoption of ordinances. Let's see, do we have any? That was it.
There's
Okay,
none.
there is none. Okay, brings us now to the manager's report.
Good evening, everyone. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I look forward to working positively with everybody into this new year. My report is simply limited to acknowledge Christine Buck, who is a longtime animal control officer. I worked for this town for many, many years. She retired very recently, and I just wanted to acknowledge her good service to the community and to our municipal government. She interacted very positively with many, many community residents, and I want to wish her good luck in her retirement and whatever she decides to do in the future.
She's a snake whisperer, let me tell you.
And other than that, I don't have anything more to report.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Sarkar? Thank you.
The only thing we need to put on our agenda, and the manager's aware of this, bringing our planner in, if she's available at the next meeting on the 21st, so that we can pass a resolution dealing with the affordable housing changes. I am already preparing a draft resolution that I will have literally within the next day or two for distribution. And I want the manager and the planner to, and our engineer to review it. This is a requirement under the statute, so we will need to have this addressed at the next meeting, because we have to report to DCA by January 31st, 2025. That's all I have.
And Manager Newensky, that shouldn't be an issue, right? You just extend an invitation to come to the next meeting, okay.
Should be fine. Clark, I'm sorry, did you indicate that our planner is going to be making a presentation?
I'm sorry.
Did you indicate that our planner was going to be?
Yeah, we were hoping that our planner will come in and give a brief presentation on the numbers.
21st, the next
21st, yeah.
If she can't make it, I've asked her to give us just a report on her feelings and recommendations with regard to our affordable housing obligations. She's working out her schedule to come. If not, Art and I will be here obviously next time, and we can have an open discussion about our affordable housing obligations at that time.
I don't perceive a lengthy presentation. We'll discuss it that night, but I think we'll be able to review it and pass a resolution accordingly that night relatively quickly.
Mayor, can I ask a quick question? Has this topic come up at the planning board at all? Has the planner spoken about it?
Yes, it has come up with regards to her coming before council and presenting.
But no conversation amongst the planning board itself, and I was just wondering what the planning board's
Last
feelings are about
discussion about it, yeah. I'd have to.
No,
review
no
the
problem.
minutes, yeah. I know we
I mean, if she's
discussed it
coming
briefly.
next, she's coming in 2 weeks, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Syed. Madam Clerk, do you have anything to report?
Got a few things to report here. We're going to be having a special school board election coming up on March 11, 2025. I think I sent you information on that. The deadline for that voters registration for that is going to be February 18th. The deadline for the vote by mail will be March 4th. They're going to be mailing the sample ballots out probably March 5th. And then to apply will be in person will be March 10th. So, and you know, that's all on the clerk's office to do. So we'll have it that one. So then the June primary election will be moved from June 3rd to June 10th. The chronological log isn't out yet to tell us when that is, because you know we have 2 seats up. So when I get that, I'll make sure you get that so you'll know everything with nominating petitions and things of that nature. The Star Ledger, as of February, or the Times in South Jersey, they're going out of print circulation as of February 2025. So the governor put in a fast track kind of thing to allow us to use the papers, you know, those who use the Times, especially the municipality. We use the Trentonian, so we're okay, but we can use that if we need to. Let's see, boards and committees, I gave you an updated list of some more people that's on there. And we are really busy in the clerk's office. We sent out the dog licenses. We are finishing up, trying to close the minutes for 2025. And we're also doing the rental landlord listings that is required by law. We're getting in, we had over 3,000 of those to get established. So we're working. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. No, that brings us now to unfinished business. Do we have any? New business appointments of boards and committees. I believe we're going to be doing that at our next meeting.
It's up to you when you want to do them.
Okay.
Do you want to do them at your next
We can do
meeting?
it at the next meeting. That way we'll have an opportunity to review all of the applications that we've received and the reappointments.
Okay.
Does that
Now
feel-
you have all the ones that I have so far.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
And I did reach out and call a few people, so we have some more people on the list. Okay.
Does that sound okay with council?
Yeah, Mayor, do we want to interview applicants for, I believe, the zoning board?
We can, I don't know that we have, do we have any of
You
them?
have to do for the, yeah, you.
Yeah, we do.
You do. Hold on a second.
And I believe we have a Elsa opening as well. that We
Yes.
should probably introduce.
Oh, yeah, because Elsa is due the end of this month.
Okay, so,
So the
With the
two-
problem with Elsa, Madam Mayor, the
Mhm.
21st is Elsa's meeting at 12 o'clock. That's how Maria's last day.
Yes.
We then reorganized,
Mhm.
February, but we need to know who's who,
Mhm.
so we could be ready for our February meeting to reorganize.
So will the 21st be enough time if you know the person then, or you're saying because it's at 12 o'clock
You want to,
in the day?
Well,
So, what is,
we can make the 21st work.
okay,
All right, we could go to Elsa's meeting at 12.
Mhm.
Everything that the executive director could talk about, he won't be able to make nominations that day until our February's meeting. All right, because we make the nominations in January's meeting to take effect February when we meet. So he can hold off. Not the way we do it, but
well, historically, how have you done it then?
Huh?
How has it been done historically? Because
we
January.
interviewed the first meeting.
Mhm.
We would have had interviews tonight.
Okay,
Yeah, because we normally send that over to Ewing as well. I send a copy of the resolution over to them, letting them know as well.
Mr. Sargent, if we wanted to, well, we could also do a special meeting if we want to, so that we can meet the timeframe for Elsa, so that there
It's up
is
to
an
you.
bridge. So how does council feel about that, if we were to hold a special meeting?
that sounds fine. To interview the two.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Any agreement?
Yep.
Okay, so I will circle back with, Madam Clerk, and we will get a date and time, and we'll reach out to, I believe we have 2 candidates for that position,
Which one? I'm
for
sorry.
Elsa.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll take care of that later on.
And then on your
Okay.
zoning, what about your zoning?
Zoning board.
And also, we can do it at the same time.
Okay, very good.
You'll give me adequate notice, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other discussion with regards to boards and committees that we need to discuss? No? Okay. So we'll get the interview set up for the Elsa zoning prior to the 21st. Okay. This now brings us to the next part in our meeting for public participation, 3-minute limitation.
Hey, happy New Year, everyone. Eric Belletti. Just 2 things. First thing was on, for the appointments of boards and committees. I'd gone to the township website because I have an interest in a couple of them and perhaps putting my name in. When I clicked on the link to the application, it went to a dead page. So it didn't link to the actual application. So I just want to alert you guys to that. And then, I'm a little more plugged in, obviously, because I come to all the meetings, so I'm kind of aware of the cyclical nature of like appointments and reappointments and stuff. But I was wondering if, and I believe this might have been done last year, posting all of the positions for these boards and committees on township social media, maybe even sending it out in the township newsletter, just so that people who might not know that these vacancies exist, or even ones where they're open and it just, it creates new interest. Yeah, I do remember they did do that last year on, I think it was township social media, although I think the planning board vacancies weren't on that list. So just a little, measure twice, cut once sort of thing, make sure it's all there. Because I know that there's a couple that aren't even filled at all. So that'd be good. And then the other thing I had, I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, but I might be incorrect. I had kind of suggested the idea of just to kind of better educate the public if with these agendas, when they're posted online, if the actual bodies of the resolutions were included with them. Because of that, my only question was for the block of F with all the professional service agreements. All the other resolutions kind of articulate like who is kind of being contracted with or where, kind of that money is going, whether it's, say for the animal shelter or Tri-Shield for, municipal security guards. So if we could have read off just F1 through 12, who that vendor is for the professional service agreement and for how much, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay, thank you. I think we can do that.
I'm sorry, Mayor, which one was that?
1 through 12.
He would like to know, yeah, 1 through 3.
The PSAs.
He's talking
1 through
about
12.
yeah, he's talking about the
Professional.
professional services.
Now, I think with regards to putting the language on the online that goes with the agenda, the attachments, I think there was an issue with that, okay?
No, the thing is that resolutions are really only good for 1 year. Now, if you want to just have on there, on your resolutions, the amount of money, who we're giving the vendor to, it's always been where you can get a copy of that resolution in question from the clerk's office. I don't want to have to put 409 resolutions attachments in there. We have an attorney that reviews our agreements, and we also have a counsel up here that does it.
So let me just, before you.
No, I got it.
So just to understand, Mr. Galletti, what you're interested in is the body of the resolutions.
Right, so,
So if it would be available, say for instance, on the table, or I know that, just the availability of it to read in advance of the meeting.
yeah, other governing bodies like the Mercer County Board of County Commissioners, so like when they have their agenda,
Mhm.
it's all the list of resolutions and then the actual resolutions themselves. Because for example, like if I, for example, might want to weigh in just as a member of the
Mhm.
public on, say,
Yeah.
the planner, who, it's no secret here that I'm not really satisfied with the work that they've done. I might want to come up and say, I would encourage council to vote no, but there's no real way of knowing if it's the same person or if it's a new person or what have you. And I think that what I've noticed just as a pattern is a lot of folks come up with those sorts of questions. And if it was just included in the digital copy,
Mhm.
as this, so it's like you've got the list and then you've got the actual resolutions that will be voted on with the body. So then it's like, oh, okay, so maybe I think that's too much, or maybe I think it's not enough if it's it's just, yeah, exactly, for information.
Thank you. Mhm. We'll look at it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. Eric Barash, resident of Mercer County since 1965, planning on making a return to Lawrence Township sometime this year. I was here specifically on the 17th with a friend in the hospital. I always enjoy that meeting, even though I'm Jewish, because I consider that like the Christmas meeting. I specifically came for item 10. It was tabled because Olympia wasn't here and John wasn't here. And now it gets tabled again until the 21st. I have an interest in ordinance number 2481-24. So what exactly is going to happen now on the 21st when I come back a third time? I'm just curious.
Well, Mayor, it's my understanding that it's been tabled for introduction. There's a process of introduction, and then following the next meeting would be the actual public hearing. So if it's going to be a date certain for the 21st of January, that would be for introduction only. There would be no public hearing.
Okay. And then I just follow the process by coming to the meetings, I guess. As
Yes,
it goes, yeah, as it goes to fruition, whenever said position, whatever it is, I mean, it's just, I'm just curious. So,
yes,
all right, so I guess I'll just follow the process.
that's correct.
Okay.
Ken Kieran again, and I'm just trying to understand, because you said that based on New Jersey statutes, it is legal without an ordinance. But in 40,
I'm sorry, it's legal. What did you say?
to the appointment of a deputy municipal clerk, and that is legal. And then I just want to show, 4069A-89, appointment of municipal manager and clerk and others. And I'm only going to paraphrase the first sentence in this. The municipal council shall appoint a municipal manager and a municipal clerk. Specifically, it calls out under 40A 9-135, the deputy municipal clerk. This position may be created by ordinance adopted by the governing body. Term of appointment, compensation, power, duties, and functions are determined by the ordinance. So you need this ordinance to usurp the power of the.
It's not
Township
usurping, it's not usurping,
Yeah,
it's not
But if
usurping.
they're appointing it and not the township manager, it is
No,
usurping.
no,
You're
you're
taking the
wrong.
power away from them.
You're wrong.
So-
Let me finish.
Sure.
The legislature of the state of New Jersey has put a mechanism in that allows for the governing body to appoint the deputy municipal clerk.
By
That's
ordinance.
by ordinance, but that is permitted by state statute. You're not usurping anybody's duties.
If you're literally stating that the town council is now appointing this position versus a township manager.
Correct.
You do usurp that.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Power of
No,
that
it's-
person making
The
that.
legislature of New Jersey has put a mechanism in that allows for just this particular position. We're not talking about any other position. This particular position can be, at their discretion, appointed by the township committee. It's not usurping anybody's.
Okay, so you're introducing an ordinance that says it's
In
already
in
enforced.
conformance with the New Jersey statutes.
There's an ordinance being put forth to be read and further approved for the town council to make the recommendation and the hiring ability of this position. Yet it was stated that this person's already in place.
No,
So-
it has nothing to do, first of all, we're not going to discuss anybody's personnel position here. It has nothing to do that this person is, quote, in place. There's nobody in place in the deputy municipal clerk's position because it does not exist in the township of Lawrence.
The position doesn't,
No, it hasn't been created.
I thought it was created in the
No,
past. And it just
no,
hasn't
it's
been
not created. That's what we were discussing 10 minutes ago or whatever. The ordinance has been tabled till the 21st of January. At that time, it'll be up to the council to determine whether or not they move forward with that. There is no position created in the ordinances of the township of Lawrence for this position right now.
So forgive me because it says appointing, not creating in this ordinance.
Well,
It's a verbiage difference. You're
no,
appointing somebody, not creating.
it is a point. It is a point. It's not created. It's already been created by the state of New Jersey, by the legislature. It's up to them to implement the statute if they want to.
Yet in the past 55 years, that position has been given to the township manager in this form of government.
It's up to the council.
I
It's
understand.
not,
I understand. I'm
it's not-
talking about
the
clarity and
statute does-
transparency. That's all.
I didn't interrupt you, don't interrupt me. The statute does not say that it's up to the manager. The statute says if they want to do it, they meaning the council, they have that authority. I didn't create the law. They didn't create the law. The legislature in New Jersey created it and the governor signed it.
Thank you. Mr. Sarkar.
Thank you.
Brings us now to resolution. Seeing no additional questions for comments from the audience. For public participation is now closed.
Mayor, may I speak for a second?
Is it regarding,
This last subject, I just want the record to be clear. It's my understanding that the state law provides the opportunity for a governing body in our form of government to decide whether it appoints the deputy municipal clerk or the manager does. We've had in our ordinance, the deputy municipal clerk, it was vague, right? It was subject to interpretation, and we all reviewed it, and we determined, even though the town has been following a certain path for 53 years, it was determined that we wanted to clarify, we meaning you, wanted to clarify our particular ordinance under the code to make certain that the governing body is the appointing authority for the deputy municipal clerk. And that's what I think is being proposed right now. In conformance and compliance with state law, we had something in place that the majority believed needed clarification, and this ordinance will make that clarification if voted favorably. I just wanted to have that record.
That's right, excuse me. That's accurate. Yeah, it's up to the council whether or not they want to allow the deputy municipal clerk's position pursuant to state statute to be part of the ordinances of the Township of Lawrence. There is a need for clarification. We've been talking about this now for a couple months. It's up to you, and it will be at hopefully at one of the future meetings.
now moving on to resolutions.
Mayor,
Yes,
I'd like to introduce some of the resolutions in a block, but I wanted to make sure that my colleagues are all right if I introduce all but the professional service agreements in a block. Is that all right?
yes, because we're gonna do some
Okay, so
clarification on that.
I'll make a motion to move 18D1 and then H1 through I8 in a block.
Councilman, can you please repeat that? I didn't hear you.
So I'm making a motion to introduce resolution D1, which is a refund, skipping over the Fs. There are no Gs of grants, so starting with H, and then in addition to D1, 18H1 under miscellaneous, including all the miscellaneous, and then going through the state contracts in I, all the way up until I8. So from D1, 18D1, and then 18H1 through 18I8 in a block.
And they follow. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Madam Clerk, any discussion? Okay, can you call the roll?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes,
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Farmer.
Yes.
One moment. All right, Mayor, one moment, Mayor, when we get this ready. All right,
Do you want to split it?
I'm good. I'm all right. If I may, I'd like to introduce 18F1, number 42, authorizing professional service agreement, authorizing a professional services agreement for bond counsel for 2025, McManaman, Scotland, and Bauman LLC.
Ms. Ashland. Do you have a second?
second,
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Mr. Bobbitt.
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
yes,
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Farmer.
Yes.
All right, Mayor, I'd like to move 18F2, authorizing professional service agreement for a municipal auditor, 2025. That will be Mercadian.
Do we have a second?
second,
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
yes,
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Farmer.
Yes.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to introduce 18F3, number 44, authorizing a professional services agreement for special counsel for labor relations for 2025, Mr. Armando V. Riccio Esquire.
We have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to introduce 18F4, number 45, authorizing a professional services agreement for the municipal attorney for 2025. That would be Murphy Orlando LLC.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to introduce 18F5, number 46, authorizing a professional services agreement for acoustical consultant for Planning Board 2025, and that is the Noise Consultancy LLC.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to introduce 18F6, number 47, authorizing a professional services agreement for Planning Board attorney for 2025, and that would be Mason, Griffin, and Pearson.
We have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll introduce 18F7, number 48, authorizing a professional services agreement for planning consultant for the Planning Board 2025, and that would be Kyle McManus.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'd like to introduce 18F8, number 49, authorizing a professional services agreement for Planning Board traffic consultant for 2025, and that would be Aurora and Associates, PC.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll introduce 18F9, number 50, authorizing a professional services agreement for zoning board attorney for 2025, that would be Mason, Griffin, and Pearson.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'd like to introduce 18F10, number 51, authorizing a professional services agreement for planning board consultant for the zoning board for 2025, and that would be Kyle McManus.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll introduce 18F11, number 52, authorizing a professional services agreement for zoning board traffic consultant for 2025, and that would be Aurora and Associates, PC.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
I'll introduce 18F12, number 53, authorizing service provider for payroll services for 2025, and that would be Prime Point.
You have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbit?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
Mayor, I hope that satisfies the public.
Answer two, yes.
I trust.
Okay. We can also make them available afterwards.
If they need some, later, they can call our office to get them.
All right. Let's go forward. We don't have any grants to discuss. Miscellaneous brings us now to, we're gonna look at the authorizing the adoption of the 2025 temporary budget.
You did that.
The budget,
You did. You did that.
It's been done in the block.
That's been done already.
thank you. Okay. Still here. All right, let's see. After that. Contracts. That brings us then to council initiatives and liaison reports. Do you have anything to report?
The only thing I wanted to report is that we are in the process of receiving bids for the RFP, and it will be closing on Friday.
Are there any other reports and updates? Okay. And in communication, I don't believe we have anything to this evening in writing. Okay, well then this brings us now to our executive session. Can we have a motion for executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you to the public for coming out this evening for the first meeting of 2025.